Hello everybody, welcome to Caroline's Craft Tree and Scrappy Time with Caroline. Today we are going to use up some of these little square or rectangle pieces. They are die cuts. They were from the center of a photo slide die cut, which I've just kept. And it's time to use some of them up. So let's get going. So we have some scrap card stock type stuff. We've got a bunch of these picked out. We've got some brown ones and we've got some green ones. And we got some scraps because I already did it and found out that the camera had turned off because the battery died. So let's get going and I will show you. This is not a new idea. I am calling it paper quilting just because I do not know what else to call them. They are just kind of collage type design. And I am going to hand stitch mine. You don't even have to stitch them if you don't want to. That choice is all up to you. So I'm just going to quickly ink up some of these. Now you can do these, put these shapes kind of any way you want. Kind of nice because these are all the same size, but you could easily just cut strips and make whatever size you wanted, really. Every row could be a different width. I think as long as each row had the same width of pieces, you would be okay. And as I say, it's just kind of collage, just with pieces that are all the same size, but it reminds me of a quilt. So I am going to cover the one side of this when I'm done, so let's just start putting these down. So I'm using art glitter glue. This stuff dries white, because when I first bought art glitter glue, I didn't even know that it came in white or clear. So I ended up buying the white, so I'm just trying to use it up. So we got that one right down on the corner. And we are just going to piece these together. This one I'm going to put the glue directly onto the paper, just so I don't get glue where we don't need it. Match that one right up there. Now I don't want all my lines to line up. This way is okay. So now if we put this one to that side, then these will line up differently. And that's kind of what I want. You could do these any way you wanted. As I say, it's nothing really new. Okay. No rhyme or reason to the color. You can use all different colors. You could use the same color. You could even use some fabric in here if you wanted. But I am trying to use up all my scraps. So I don't want to go this way again because then it's too even. So I'm going to put these ones this way this time. Even though this has some pink on it, it's still the brown in the background. So it will be good. I think pretty much all of this is scraps of scrapbook paper or cardstock, etc. I think mass producing these would go really quick because you could have all the edges inked and whatnot. Hope everybody's doing good today. And hope you're getting lots of crafting done. I've been busy crocheting. I've got 4 blankets to make for Christmas. I've done 2 of them so far. So there's that. Now let's put a couple. Now we can put some more this way. But I think I'm going to... Actually, I'm going to put them that way because I want to use up as much. If I do it this way, I'm going to have a little strip. So I think if I just do it this way, that will work out better. But then I'm going to have a little strip that away. Decisions. Let's go this way and we'll just make a smaller tag. But that might be enough room to add a piece. Let's see what happens when we get this done. You could actually quite easily do like a 12 by 12 sheet or something of this and then just cut it to the size that you want. That actually might be a really good idea. Instead of pre-cutting all these little sheets, I was just using scraps for everything, so that's one reason I just did that. Okay, let's see what we've got here. I think if we do that, I think that'll work out okay. So let's just put this here. There's that. And one more piece right there. So there's that. So now we can just cut the back. I would normally wait until it was dry. And these will be something that I will do a whole bunch of them up to different stages. And then I can go from there on how I want to finish decorating them. Even the stitching I might just do when the time comes that I go to use them. Okay, so there is that. And now I have this, and I think I'm going to cut this end just so then I'm not making these pieces any smaller than what they are. One corner, and this is just the old credit card template. So there we have a tag. So let's do one. Let's quickly ink up this green. I want to do one at an angle and see what it is like. It's going to be harder. It'll be more time consuming, as well as a little bit harder because you're going to have a lot smaller pieces because of the angles. But let's give it a try. I think by inking number 1, it'll get rid of any white edges that I happen to have. And it just makes the squares stand out a little bit more from each other. I'm putting a lot of ink on there, just a little skiff. And of course, this one is going to be a little bit green. Green's a great color because it goes with so many different ones. But I will eventually, make up and use up all these pieces. I got quite a few white ones, so I might come up with an idea on how to use up some white ones. Okay, so this one, I want to put them at an angle. So my first piece is going to have to be down at the bottom so that my corners line up on the side. So let's put a bit of glue there and then put some on here, just to hopefully avoid getting glue everywhere. So there is that. So now the other pieces are going to have to go down to the edges, like so. So that way the corner's covered up. And then the next piece will go here. And then I'll have to put a little piece there. Okay, so let's glue here and here. And put some glue there and there. Hopefully this way we get most of it glued down. One nice thing with having these all the same size, they do tend to fit together pretty good. Not perfectly, but pretty good. I would like to try some actual quilt patterns out of paper. Like, you know, you got the log cabin quilt or a star quilt or something like that there. The problem is dealing with such a small area, you would have to really downsize the size of each individual little piece. This one I'm just going to glue up the actual paper. Being that I'm going to sew on mine, if some of the pieces aren't stuck down, it will be okay. Now I don't want to get these lined up too much. Let's put that one up there. Because I want all these to be staggered, all these seams. They don't have to. You could line them all up perfectly. I think that would look okay too. This is just kind of the way that I want to do it. Okay, so we won't put glue in that little corner. You could even tape these down or something if you wanted. Or you could cover your whole back of your card and put it down. I just find sometimes I'm working so slow that the glue dries before I actually have a time to lay everything down. This one here we've got to put through the embossing folder and then put pink over top so it's just from the circles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off there, and I'm going to cut this off of here. Maybe I can use those somewhere else. Like maybe, nope, won't fit there. This one would. And actually I think they're different enough pieces. I think I'm going to do that. One less scrap to throw away. Or I could just save them for another tag. But I think with this big piece of orange it makes it look different enough. Okay, we'll just keep going. Just make sure that these don't line up, and let's put that one right on the edge. Let's go to there. Are you making anything for Christmas presents this year? Two more baby blankets to do, and that will be all that I will be making. After hubby seen the blankets I was making, he decided that he would like one, so I told him I'd make his after Christmas. And you can see they're not quite lined up there. That's okay because the stitching will help hide that. And I don't think, once it's all done, I don't think you'll really see that anyways. Okay, we're getting close to the end. We've got a little thing up there, but that might be okay because we might minus that once we cut it for a tag. If not, we'll just make the tag a little tiny bit smaller than what I was intending. When I glued all that down, didn't I? I wasn't paying attention. Okay, let's put that. Actually, let's put this one. Okay. Let's glue down on the card stock this time. Okay, and there is that. As I say, we can cut that off for our tag. So let's trim this all out by following the edge. I think doing these on a 12 by 12 and then cutting them whatever size we need would be a really good idea. I might try that. Then you could just go straight across your page and put all the little squares down or whatever. Okay. And it doesn't take long to get these all done up. Let's cut this into a tag shape. this side. And there we have that one. And there we have that one. Now, here's the two I made when I found out that my camera had turned off. I really like the teal one, so there's that. And then there is this one that I finished and I have stitched around. Now, I've done just a cream colored thread, and I've done zigzag and straight stitching, and then I went all the way around with kind of a peach color, and I just backed it with a printed page that I had that was just laying around, so using it up. So I think it would be really cool to have different stitching, which I will do next time. I'll do cross stitch. Kind of almost every seam will be a little bit different. And the sewing, I think, gives it quite a bit more of a quilted look. So I will stitch these all, and as you know, I do stitch by hand. Even though, yes, I have a sewing machine, but the hand stitching is relaxing for me. So time consuming, but relaxing. So I hope you like these. I hope you'll give it a try. And like I say, you can even cut your own shapes, whatever shape you want. So square, rectangle, long strips, anything. So give it a shot, and we will see you again soon. Bye for now.